I'd like to ask Elaine Hills to come forward. She's going to be giving a testimony on the rewards of participating in the child's spiritual development. But not only are the rewards to the children, they're also to the adults who participate.
Hi. My name is Elaine Hills. As many of you know, I've been an active USG member for 29 years. I've been asked to reprise a testimonial I gave at last June's Children's Spiritual Growth Service, the annual religious education service. Today, I am speaking to you as a religious education teacher. This past year, I had the pleasure to be one of the 3 co-teachers for the 7th and 8th graders in the Neighboring Faiths class. It is 6 years since my own daughter graduated from this church's religious education program. Usually, most of us expect that the RE teachers will be parents of some child or some children who are already in the RE school. My husband, Jim, certainly did that. He taught the youngest classes for 6 years, while our daughter was in these classes and for years afterwards. So, RE teachers are parents of the attending children, right? Well, I'm here to say, tain't necessarily so. You've heard that excellent African adage that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a congregation to nurture our children and young people, our entire congregation. We UUs have some excellent values and viewpoints that our children need to learn. The UUA has created excellent curricula to help us do just that. And USG has an excellent director of faith development, Daniel Gregoire, to help individual teachers and classes do their best. The participating students in the Neighboring Faiths class last year, as they heard before, were all really bright, with enthusiasm, intelligence, and curiosity. It was a joy to get to know them and lead them in a search for greater understanding of local religious congregations and faith traditions. The other 2 co-teachers of this class, Craig Miller and Eli Scarce, were a pleasure to work with. Mark Woodland was our occasional substitute teacher. This is one of the strengths of our RE practices. One always has co-teachers to share the task, so that each person should be able to have some Sundays off from teaching. That is the goal. To attain it, we need enough teacher volunteers. Also, these 2 particular people, Craig and Eli, are both educators as well as parents. Most parents who are working full-time have little spare time. These 2 are also quite involved as leaders in this congregation. It seems so clear that other folks who do not have parental tasks but who enjoy children can add so much to the RE teaching staff. Life experience does count. Joy in working with kids also counts. In the case of the Neighboring Faiths class, the content of the course is very challenging. So preparing the lessons one will teach, one really learns the material. I led the teaching of 3 topics: the Protestant Reformation, Buddhism, and earth-honoring traditions. I never understood the Reformation back in college when I studied it as history, as I do now. I've been interested in Buddhism for years, but prefer the format that uses chant to focus, followed by silent meditation, and did not know of liberal local groups that practice this until teaching this class. Now I know of 2 such congregations. Teaching the earth-based religion really led to some excellent books and outside sources, which have truly enriched my understanding of the movement. There are other youth classes that can be offered: coming of age, with its added need for adult mentors, not just teacher advisors; Our Whole Lives, also known as OWL, which graciously informs our youth about the realities of being a sexual being, leaving them quite literally wiser; or the YRUU class for high school students, which helps these adults deal with the frequently confusing teen years and offers real fellowship of peers. The youngest children are usually led through a course that allows them to experience the joy of getting along with other children, or to become familiar with the religious calendar, or gives them a first introduction to the UU's 7 principles. Perhaps you really love a specific age of child. Perhaps one of next year's curricular topics really appeals to you, as Neighboring Faiths did to me. So, if you love children, or at least really like them, consider volunteering to teach this coming year. You do not have to be a parent, or exquisitely young and vital, obviously. You do have to understand how important it is that we all share our faith and its practice with the younger members of this congregation. Remember, just as Galadriel told Frodo in the Fellowship of the Rings, even the smallest person can change the course of the future. In conclusion, let's go back to our early years. Do you remember this little finger play? Here's the church, and here's the steeple. Open the doors and see all the people. Do you want to try that with me, some of you? Here's the church, and here's the steeple. Open the doors and see all the people. We are all part of this congregation, children, youth, and adults, and we need to teach each other more about how to live life well. The last I heard, we have half the number of teachers for this year. We still need up to 3 more teachers for the pre-K and kindergarten class, up to 3 more teachers for the grades 1, 2, and 3 class, up to 2 more teachers for the grades 4, 5, and 6 class, at least 2 advisors for the coming of age class, as well as other possible openings as needed. Now, I'm not talking just to adults who have children in the classes right now, but to all responsible adults and possibly to older youth in this congregation. Do consider teaching these great kids this year. Thank you.